Hello traders, this is Matt with Paragon Funded Trader. I don't mean to continue to sing the same song, but we're still seeing industry statistics, negative prop firm reviews regarding payouts and account closures, and outright prop firm attrition rates relatively unchanged. They're not getting better. So let's go over the topic again. You're not getting paid, not because you're a bad trader, but because you're a good one. Think about that statement. You're not getting paid because you're a good trader. Does that seem counterintuitive? Because it should. And in April of 2026, that's exactly what gets you flagged in most firms. Let's kill the illusion really quickly. Most funded traders aren't trading real capital. You're inside a simulation, a controlled environment where your profitability is directly opposing the firm's incentives. So its own business model was built to thrive when you do not. So when you win consistently, you become a problem to them, a problem they have to solve. And we're seeing how they do it. Here's what nobody says out loud. In simulation-based prop models, the firm doesn't need you to win. They actually need you to try and fail because the business model is built on challenge fees, resets, churn, not long-term payouts. So when someone actually breaks through and starts pulling consistent profits, now the system shifts. This is where the 2026 playbook kicks in for most of these firms. Firms now routinely cite execution irregularities, latency concerns, or unnatural fill behavior. Sounds technical, right? Sounds justified. In practice, this appears as sudden account reviews triggered precisely after a strong profit run, restrictions on high precision scalping, or rapid order flow entries that previously passed verification, payout holds justified by claims of pattern detection in your trade clustering around key liquidity levels. Your edge, tight entries, fast reactions, clean liquidity grabs is being reframed as toxic behavior, not because it's invalid, but because it's expensive. Consider the implications. You spent years refining precision, learning order flow, timing, and microstructure, and now the better you execute, the more likely you are to trigger internal risk thresholds. Common observed behaviors include delayed payout processing for consistently profitable accounts, retroactive drawdown rule adjustments during winning streaks, and gradual reduction in allowable contract sizes despite meeting all published metrics. That's not a market problem. That's a model conflict. So here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not just trading the market anymore. You're trading against the system that is actively evaluating whether your profits are acceptable, not merely possible. And those are not the same thing. Firms have implemented layered monitoring that flags traders whose equity curves deviate positively from simulated peer benchmarks, or whose win rate and profit factor combinations exceed internal tolerance bands, even when fully compliant with stated rules. Please go back over that statement again. This means you have two choices: trade at full efficiency and risk getting filtered out, or adapt your execution, slow it down, smooth it out, distribute entries to appear less optimized, avoid clustering around high probability microstructural setups in ways that stand out from average simulated behavior. Not weaker, just harder to detect. Why should we have to play that game? Because in simulation-based models, the traders who last aren't just the most profitable, they're the most compatible. And if you don't understand that, you can win the game perfectly and still never get paid. If you want to learn how to stay profitable without getting flagged, that's what we're doing here at Paragon Funded Trader, along with very few other prop trading firms that fund traders with real capital, all while maintaining the same straightforward rule structure after you're funded as the one you got used to while passing the assessment. We've discussed the topic several times, and still we're shocked at how little basic back-of-the-napkin math traders are performing before getting sucked in with headlines such as 90% off assessments, 100% profit split. Don't those two statements raise alarm bells? They do with me. I've done the math. Guys, as traders, we're theoretically good at math, right? So how are these simulation-based prop firms luring hundreds of traders every day into these arithmetically impossible scenarios? If you are a good trader, the firm with this offer cannot afford to consistently pay you. Do the math. In addition, If any or all of the following scenarios happen, expect the next layer of firm-based protection and or outright insolvency. So pass rates increasing, less traders continuing to enter the firm's fee-based ecosystem and failing, less resets, less retries. Then that's an added layer of difficulty for these firms. That's when they start with these arbitrary account closures, payout denials, and they just shut you down. I've seen the complaints. They give you some party line about how you violated something, and then that's the last you hear from them. They will not specify because they legally can't. The more they specify, the more they open themselves up to litigation. Please read that again too. So the first question a prop firm trader must ask, does this firm actually fund me with live capital when I pass? If not, move on, guys, for so many reasons.